Measurement progress check, page 5. So this is a problem-solving question, number 8. It says Sophia is considering two shapes. They're right there. The triangular prism has a surface area of 1,680 centimeters squared. The square-based pyramid has a volume of 3,200 centimeters cubed. So it has told me the triangular prism has a surface area of that, and the square-based pyramid has a volume of that. So it didn't give me the same information. It told me the surface area of one and the volume of the other. Which container has the largest volume? So I already know the volume of the square-based pyramid. So I'm going to say square-based pyramid. The answer is 3,200 centimeters cubed. I already know that. But I don't know what the surface area of the triangular prism is. Now, the triangular prism, it says, has a surface area of 1,680 centimeters squared. And I'm wondering why I would need to know that. So I am going to take a look at our diagram. So it has a triangle on this end. So that means this should be the base of the triangle, and the base and the height always meet at 90 degrees. And then normally there's another part of the side over here, which I don't have. So this is actually doing double duty as also side A. And then this one here is going to be side C, which I can tell is 37 centimeters because it's marked on the back side. Now what I don't know is and you know what? I called that the height. On our formula sheet, they call that the length. They call this side the height. And this is the side that I currently don't know. So I need to try to figure that side out. And maybe we can use the surface area to help us figure that out. So I'm going to take the triangular prism. And I'm going to start with the surface area formula. So the surface area of a triangular prism is AH plus BH plus CH plus BL. So I know that A is 12, and the height I don't know. I know that B is 35, but the height I still don't know. And then side C is 37, and the height I still don't know. And then our base is 35, and the length is 12. Now I do know that this whole thing should work out to be 1,680. So I now have an equation that has numbers on both sides. So I'm just going to multiply these things together, which really just means I'm going to eliminate the bracket. So I have 1,680. 12 times h is just 12h. 35 times h is 35h. 37 times h is 37h. And then 35 times 12 is 420. Now I do notice that 12h, 35h, and 37h all have an h, which makes them like terms. So I'm going to add those like terms together. So 12 plus 35 plus 37 is 84. This is 84h. This was not a like term, so plus 420. Now our job is going to be to try to figure out what that height is. So I'm going to flip the equation over. And then I'm going to solve for h. So I'm going to start by subtracting 420. So I get 84h equals 1,680. Take away 420. Gives me 1,260. And then we are going to divide both sides by 84. So this divided by 84 is 15. So that means the height is 15. So I still need to find the volume. So volume of a triangular prism is base times length times height. So base times length times height divided by 2. So our base is 35, the length is 12, and the height is 15, and then that is all divided by 2. So my volume is 35 times 12 times 15 divided by 2, which is 3,150. And that is centimeters cubed. So of the two, which one is larger? The square base pyramid. So therefore, the square base pyramid has the larger area. Nope. Volume. Okay. Now our second question says which container has the largest surface area. So this time I already know what the surface area is for the triangular prism. That was given in the question. It told me the surface area was 1,680 centimeters squared. But what I don't know is I don't know what it is for the square-based pyramid. So for our square-based pyramid, the surface area is b squared, that's the bottom, and then plus our 4 outside triangles, which is 2bs. So the formula for surface area is 2bs plus b squared. So in my picture, the base, that's 20, but then the slant, I don't know. It didn't tell me what the slant is. It also didn't tell me what the height was. I do know that the height is 15 because we calculated that in the previous question. So I could use Pythagorean theorem to help us find the slant, or I could try to use, actually this by the way is the height of the triangular prism, so I apologize for that. But what I am going to have to do is there is a right angled triangle between the height, the slant, and the radius there. So the question told me, sorry, I had to think for a minute there, the volume. We know volume of a square base pyramid is b squared h divided by 3. So I'm going to have to use that because right now the only thing I know is b. I don't know height, I don't know slant, I don't really know a whole lot of anything there. So I know the volume is 3,200, and I know the base is 20. So 20 squared is 20 times 20, and then I don't know what the height is, and that's divided by 3. So 20 times 20, I'm just going to work that out, is 400h divided by 3. So I'm going to start by multiplying both sides by 3 to get rid of that 3, or you could put this over 1 and cross multiply. It'll give you the same idea. So 3,200 times 3 is 9,600. And if I divide that by 400, I get 24. So what that means is that in our square-based pyramid, the height on the inside is 24, which means you should be able to use that to help us figure out what the slant is using the Pythagorean theorem. Now, from where the height is to the edge of this is going to be half of 20, or 10. So I'm just going to redraw that triangle down here. I have a right angle triangle on the inside that has, this is half of the base measurement, which is 10. This is 24. We just calculated the height, and then I want to try to find the slant. So I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. In my picture, the c is the slant. It's always across from the right angle. A and b, it doesn't really matter which is which. So I'm going to have 24 squared plus 10 squared equals my slant squared. 24 squared, so 24 times 24 is 576. 10 squared is 100. I'm going to add that to 576, which should give me 676. And then we are going to square root. So the square root of 676 is 26. And that is centimeters. So I now know that the slant of my pyramid, this one right here, is 26, which means I can now calculate the surface area because I know what the slant is. So it is 2 times the base, which is 20, times the slant, which is 26, and then plus base squared, so 20 times 20. I'm going to multiply first. So 2 times 20 times 26 is 1,040. 20 times 20 is 400. I'm going to add 400 onto that to get 1,440. And that is centimeters squared. So the question is, which one has a larger surface area? Therefore, the triangular prism has the largest surface area.